Ready?
Yep, I'm hitting it now.
Got it. Good. Good.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Marketing Minute. I'm Julie,
And I'm Jess.
and together we're socially inclined.
Why you already called it Marketing Minute? It's
I
Marketing
know.
Monday.
Marketing Monday, Marketing Minute. Quick. It's your quick minute for, the things that you can do this week. So we're going to talk about a topic, and then we're going to share some what to post. So stick around.
It's definitely going to be longer than a minute, though. I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure. Your marketing minutes. All right. How about that? All right. So what's today's topic, Jess?
Oh, engagement baiting.
Exactly.
Who's heard of it? Who knows what engagement baiting is? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mary Alice. Good morning. Good to see you here. Happy Monday. I guess we should have given everyone a minute to get on, but you guys are getting on. Thank you.
Exactly. So I'm trying to pull it up too, because I don't pull it up on my computer. So hopefully y'all had a great weekend.
Maybe we should pull it up as part of our prep process next time.
Yeah, we can. Actually, we could show it. So I don't know. There's a delay, so that would be probably.
There is. So it wouldn't really work that way. But all right. So engagement baiting. Who knows what engagement baiting is? Anybody? Or is this a new concept that we're covering?
Exactly. It became a thing a little more than a year ago. So we don't have any takers that I see. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what it is and to tell you. So first, before we do, I always want to say, we always say, ask for the engagement you want. And we still want you to do that. But I want to explain what engagement baiting is, because it seems like a contrary to that. So engagement baiting, basically, Facebook doesn't want you to ask for likes, shares, and comments. Because they don't want it to be artificially boosted. Like, there's a true definition if you go to Facebook. So we have to get creative when we do this, because obviously we teach all the time that when you do a call to action right, it's going to prompt a response. So, and we want comments, likes, shares on our posts. Facebook just doesn't want you to use the straight out share this post, comment below. It's looking for certain words. So we're going to give you some practical tips on how to get around this, because you still have to ask for the engagement.
Exactly. So if you say, you heard Julie right, if you say things like, leave me a comment below, or comment and share on this post, you are doing engagement baiting, and Facebook's algorithm is picking up on that and actually hurting your engagement. So that's why in all of our TATs and everything that we've covered in the past, we do try and talk you guys through how to ask for engagement the right way, because there is a right way to do it. And there are words you can use that mean the same thing that don't get picked up quite as prevalently as like, or comment below, that type thing.
Right. So I think all in all, if you ask a better question, you're going to get responses. So I think that's going to be, instead of just, comment below, you can even do, what do you think? Or let me know what you think, or something like that. So.
Yeah. Or let us know you're here by saying hello.
Yeah. So get creative. We are batchers, so we always teach to, yeah, I'm a batcher. So Jessica's a blocker. I'm the batcher. She's the blocker. But, if you can take a minute and think about the things that you could say in the right way, and have a little note, in notes or somewhere, then it's going to make it a lot easier when it comes time to edit the posts.
For sure. Okay, so that's engagement baiting. Probably just about everyone who's watching this, either live with us or on the replay, has done it at some point or another. I know that I am guilty of it. I was guilty of it long before they even made it a thing, because that's the hardest thing about social media, especially social media marketing, is it changes constantly. It used to be a very prevalent practice to ask for directly likes, comments, and shares, tag your friends. Those things are engagement baiting now. As of, I don't know what the date was, but probably about a year ago, Facebook started, this campaign against engagement baiting. So how do you avoid it? You ask the questions in a different way. Do we want to give more specific examples about that, Julie, or before we go on to other general ways to get better engagement?
I think so. Let's, because that's the biggest thing.
Well,
So
what do I say now is what we get a lot.
exactly. He was like, okay, well, you say I can't ask that. So what do I say? So if you're in the fitness niche, it might be whatever the post is about, reframe that question that's super specific. So if it's about, how to get in more exercise, it's like, what are you going to try today? Or how will you add, to your routine, or something like that. So get really, really specific on your question.
Yeah, if it's about fighting cravings or struggling with cravings, what is your biggest struggle? And I'll offer advice, because that's telling them right there, if you take the time to leave me a comment, I will respond to you. And those are always really, really well received. Same thing in the skincare niche. What's your exfoliation routine? Do you exfoliate? What's your morning skincare routine? Any kind of question like that. And then always, if you're just totally at a blank, you can say, do you agree? Let me know.
Exactly.
That something as simple as that is enough to spark, elicit some kind of response from your reader.
Exactly. And they're going to feel like it's tailored to them and you're speaking to them. So remember, in social media, you're building connections, you're building relationships with people. So when you're asking a more pointed question that applies to them, they're a lot more likely to actually answer it. And especially, last part, that if they know you're going to take time to answer it and give them some advice about it, then they're a lot more, I would say that there would be a lot more chance of they would leave a comment, but you're going to be building that know, like, and trust with them.
For sure, which is the ultimate goal. Should be the ultimate goal driving behind every bit of communication you put out there on social media.
Exactly.
So
The point of social is to be social. So asking the question in the right way is the best way to attain that.
exactly. So if you have any questions about that, we're still kind of at the front end of this. So if you leave us some questions now, we might have some time to get to them before we finish up. But now let's talk about some just general engagement tips. And we did an entire take action training on how to get better engagement. So that was an hour with Julie and myself where we talked about, overcoming the algorithm and doing small little things that help you get better engagement. So what are those things you can do?
Exactly. Do we have a graphic we might can throw up?
No.
No.
No, I sent it to you so that you could study it and said we should not put the graphic up because they won't be able to see it.
Oh, I
So,
thought they were going to be able to see it.
no.
So,
So
all right.
long story short, Julie doesn't listen to me.
No, there was a lot going on. So, anyway, so one of the biggest things is to have a strong hook. We talk again about trying to pull people. Number one, we got to stop the scroll before they even read the post. So, actually having a strong hook beginning to the post is going to help to stop that and get the readership, because that's the number one step, to get them to actually comment and create that.
Exactly. And then for those of you who are in our content class and you're socially inclined academy members, you know that that hook is what creates that curiosity. That hook is what tells them they need to read more. And it's always great to kind of create it with like a cliffhanger where they want to know what the rest of the sentence says. So they have to click that read more button. That looks great on the algorithm. That helps it get seen more, and that's going to help you get more engagement because it's all a numbers game. The more people that see it, the more people are going to engage. So using that hook to create curiosity in conjunction with, a graphic, if you're using a graphic, is kind of like a dynamite triple combo there.
For sure. Another thing is going to be when you decide to post is going to make a big deal on engagement. So if you know that your people are on later at night, that's when you should be planning to have the bulk of your posts or your best post for the day, so that you can get optimal engagement on that. So doesn't it make sense that you show up then? So obviously a great post that's posted earlier in the day, that's garnered engagement, has the ability to see that, for that person to see it at night if that's their time. But if you post at that time, you're going to get better results. So, and make sure we talk about a post stepping on another post. So what that means is if you've posted one, an hour ago and it's doing great, then you wouldn't want to post again, especially if you use our MVP strategy and you've got 3 posts per day. Basically, if you'll spread them out some, you'll get better results, because you don't want to kill the engagement on a high performing post.
Exactly.
So, and then there's also, there's nothing worse than getting called out for a typo in your post. It happens all the time. Sometimes people use that as a tactic just to get people to stop and comment. But we always say, I encourage you not to, because it's always just in a negative connotation.
Exactly. So make sure you've given that post that you worked so hard on just a second glance of where you're intentionally proofreading it and catching any glaring errors there. So a big part of what you can do to help your social post get more engagement is done actually after you post it. And I think this is where the majority of small business owners tend to fall short, because you've done the work, right? Maybe you did put a ton of time into your strong hook and it creates curiosity and your graphic is on point and you've proofread it and you're posting at a great time, but then you just post and run. That is probably the biggest reason that you're not getting the engagement that you want, because a lot of what you should be doing happens after you post it. So you can always, a great thing to do is add your own comment in the post. Let it be a little bit of a complimentary tidbit to what is covered in the content. Or, you can ask for something in that, or you can share something in that. It's always better to share links in the comments than it is in the actual post text. So it's great to do that as well.
For sure. And then one of the biggest things is to be sure that you respond to any comments that are there. That gives new life to the post. It's number one, building know, like, and trust, because you're actually interacting with that person that left the comment, but it restokes the algorithm every time there's a new comment. So the way the algorithm works is that, a post comes down and it's opened up to just a few people. So once you get engagement, Facebook says, oh, this post has some traction, so we're going to open it up to some more people. So the more the comments that you get, the more it gets opened up. So your comments count in that. So coming back and responding to every single comment is a big deal.
Exactly. So, and you didn't actually mention the word core few, right?
No.
Cover that. Yet. Okay. So this is really kind of a big deal. And I think everyone in trying to create momentum in the social media space needs to have a core few of people who it's understood that when they see something from you come across the news feed, no matter what it is, they give it a like and a comment. So that's just 2 or 3 people who know that it's their job when they see your post to like and comment. So that can be your mom if you trust her to be consistent enough with it, or it can be a business buddy or whatever it is. And that's because Facebook immediately picks up on these being your organic few people who see it. And as long as they interact with it, it will go on through the news feed and get better dispersion because of it.
Exactly. And so obviously the reason, so they'll start being able to, when you pick your business bestie is what we call it, they'll start seeing your post almost immediately as soon as it's posted live. So when they see it, they need to act on it. The same thing happens to once you get other people to start commenting regularly on your content, they will start seeing it in their feed. So Facebook realizes, hey, she wants to see these posts. They want to see these posts. So they're going to put it as a higher priority in the newsfeed. So by garnering those comments, they're going to see your posts more. So that completes kind of the circle of engagement.
Exactly. And Sarah just brought up an interesting point. She said, what if it's obviously a scam post? Should we acknowledge it or ignore it? So, oh, a comment, you mean? Okay. If it's like an automated comment. I think Julie and I kind of disagree on this, unless it's, yeah. So I'll share my perspective. Unless it is inappropriate and needs to be deleted, I am on team leave it there and respond to it as if you're not none the wiser. But I think Julie might have a different perspective, and maybe neither one of them are wrong.
Right. I think that's true of all social media. There's not necessarily a wrong thing to do, typically, except for not participate. So
or engagement baiting.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Topic of the conversation today. I tend to, if it is a straight up link out somewhere else, straight up advertisement, I delete. Just because, even though I know that that one comment sort of helps in the algorithm, I still delete it because in my mind, it's a negative thing on my post. People are reading the comments there. So, again, I've taken the time to remove that so they don't have to look at it. So I think that for me outweighs the benefit of the comment. But again, do you?
I completely agree if it's a link. But usually on Instagram, the ones that solicit, yeah, Edith, that's a great way. If I don't like it, I delete it. But these ones that just come through and it's like a series of emojis, I'll leave those, which are obviously automated.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's one that says promote your stuff here, I have to think twice about it. Obviously, I want to go there and see what it is. But all right. Anything else on engagement before we move on? What to post this week?
Exactly. So I'm checking the comments, but this whole algorithm that we talk about in engagement, that's the biggest thing for making the algorithm work for you. The what to post this week, we have our MVP strategy. That is 100% to make the algorithm work for you, to ask for engagement, to make that engagement work, in this whole full circle that we're talking about getting people to see your content. So I'm excited for the what to post this week.
Exactly. So did we wrap it up?
I think
we summarized it. Everyone's clear.
I don't see any
on engagement baiting and how to avoid it. Yes, we've all done it, but there's easy ways to still get great engagement without it. So, all right. So this coming week is January 24th to the 30th. Is that right? This is the last week of January, and we've got some pretty cool stuff to show you guys. We're going to switch over to content mode, and we're going to go through kind of like the national days that you need to be aware of this week that can get you some extra engagement. We're going to talk about your motivational posts and why you shouldn't whiff on them. And we're going to talk about probably the best promotional post that you could possibly put out this week and why it's a great one. So Julie mentioned our MVP strategy. That stands for motivational, visibility boosting, and then presence boosting posts. No, it's no secret that is what we teach in YSP. That's what all of our YSP members follow on a day-to-day basis that helps them overcome the algorithm consistently. So we're going to start with M, which is a motivational post.
Exactly. And since this is live and for people that don't know, we get this question all the time because we shorten it to YSP, short for your social plan. So we have a monthly membership that gives you this content. So we're just going to highlight this piece. This one happens to be a motivational piece. So you get the image with this, and then you get the post. So this one happens to be, if you look really closely, most overnight success took a long time. And it's by Steve Jobs. Okay, so, there's always a great place for motivation. We like to post ours in the morning because it gets again, we're the 3 posts per day. You're getting people as they're drinking coffee, and you're getting them to prompt. So our prompt that we wrote for this is, if you see overnight success happening to someone, you likely missed all the hard days and hours they put in before that. All right, so when we give you the caption, basically, you can post it as is, but if you will take a few moments and really make this pertinent to your niche, because we get that all the time too, is like, I need niche content. This can totally be turned into anyone's niche. Okay. So an overnight success happens in every single business. So if you can relay it to, I'm going to steal Jessica's fitness.
You're going to take fitness.
Sorry, Jess.
Ah.
But, obviously, if you turn this into, you can't lose 50 pounds in 1 week. Okay. So basically you can turn this into, it takes, consistency, motivation to do the thing. So if you put this into your voice, and tweak it up a little bit, you can totally make it relevant to the fitness niche. And same with any other niche.
Exactly. And Julie took my easy one that I'm so comfortable
You can
with.
make it better.
I could, but so, and then skincare, of course, it's the same thing, because skincare is a long game. You don't put on moisturizer once and exfoliate once, and then all of a sudden you have this beautiful, glowing, healthy skin. It takes time to achieve those kind of results, just like any kind of self-work, any kind of personal development. Yes, you may feel better after reading that first chapter of that personal development book, but to see long-term, like real success that sticks, it's something that you do for a while. And I'm trying to think of like our craft niche and things like that, but the important thing is, even if it doesn't relate specifically to your niche, it's about being in the head of that person who's watching that post. So the M posts are not meant to be like, oh, look at Jess and her amazing social media business, or look at Julie and her amazing crochet business. These posts' purpose are strictly to get people to slow down and read it and say, yeah, I agree with that. So that's what the M posts are meant to do. So even if you find a post like this and you're like, Jess, I cannot relate this to my crocheted headband business, that's okay. It's got to do is relate to and touch the people in your audience. And that's what all of our M content at YSP is crafted to do, which is why we're here talking about it, because we get a lot of that. Like, well, this is not fitness content, so I don't need it. Yes, you do, because your people on your feed are tired of seeing your fitness content. They want to see some of it, but they don't want to see it for every single post. So that's where these M posts come in. Exactly. And this is just a snippet of 3 of the 60 that came in the January content.
And you'll notice that in this, because these are written in general, we have to make them match everyone. So we cannot do the call to action for you, but we just talked about how important the call to action is. So adding one more sentence that asks, something about how their success is going, or how long did it take them, or, you can even relate.
Agree.
Yeah.
I'm full of it. Like,
even if you can even work these into being somewhat promotional. So using the skincare, if it, how many times a week do you mask? And then if you felt like you could work into, ask me about whatever, the name of the mask is, or something like that. But again, we stress for these to just touch on your niche and not really sell. But there is a way that you can work them in.
Exactly. All right. So going on. So that's our M post. Motivational. Again, these, we usually send them out in the morning, because you're capturing that person while they're drinking their coffee, and you just want them to get the scroll so that the algorithm says, wow, this person's content is awesome. Next, we have our visibility boosting posts, which we usually build around seasonal content, because the purpose of these V posts is to get people talking to you. They're usually a question that is easy and people want to answer.
Exactly. So today is National Peanut Butter Day. Ask your audience if they love it or leave it. So, we're giving you that easy idea. Do they love it? You could do crunchy, creamy. You can do how it relates if in fitness, or if you're in keto, how peanut butter is important to a keto diet. If you're getting healthy fats, I don't know. So again, you can relay these into your niche.
What's your favorite baked good? Like, so any kind of question. And this is obviously if you're running a peanut allergy group, this is not relevant, but most of our content is relevant and it's going to appeal to a lot of people. So, but again, this V post, if you can't think of a way to tie that into end of life care or crocheted headbands or what was it, witchy woo woo paint parties. So if you can't figure out a way to tie that in, that's still okay, because the presence post that we're going to talk about next, that's your home run to tie it in. Again, this V post is for you to ask a question that's easy and it's unintimidating for anybody who sees it on your newsfeed to respond. Because the more response you can get on this post, the more people will see your presence posts, which those are the ones that are making you money. Those are the ones that are getting you customers. Those are the ones that are building you know, like, and trust. So the next V post tomorrow is National Plan a Vacation Day. Y'all, it is cold in Florida. The iguanas are freezing. Like there's no better time to be thinking about vacation come March, April, May, this summer, whatever. So this is a great time, and it's not even that cold in Florida. So it's only more relevant the further north you go up. So ask your audience where they'd love to go for a vacation this year, or something even easier to answer, like, if you could go anywhere on vacation, would it be the beach or the mountains? Give them a this or that question, something that they want to, that's easy to answer and that they want to answer and they don't have to think twice about answering.
Exactly. And this 100% appeals to everyone. Everyone wants to go on vacation. So, and again, the purpose of these is to attract people that wouldn't necessarily see your content. Okay. And that don't necessarily at the moment care about what you sell. They don't want to be sold to. So this is the perfect type of post. And again, because we get this so many times, it can be relayed to your niche in some niches. So fitness, obviously, plan your vacation, and what better day to start your fitness plan so that you're beach bod ready or whatever. Or if you can,
or if you're a travel agent, obviously this is the day you've been waiting for all year.
Woo. For sure. All right. So next, National, what's that?
Friday.
Yes. National Have Fun at Work Day. And when you mentioned the Tracy, I'm trying to think of what her art, so like sips and paint and party.
It's like sips and strokes, but it's got way more personality than that.
Exactly. So snap a selfie of you having fun at work. Ask your audience to share an at work selfie too is our prompt for this. But she could totally be like, how about have a party at work, or plan your party. Hers are probably mostly, at night. But that's a great way to, garner, bringing in her niche to this again. So again, we want to stress we don't have to do that, but if you can work it in, that's a win. So behind the scenes for this, showing the fun, it's going to build know, like, and trust for you. It's a great way to get yourself in the feed with a selfie.
Exactly.
And then asking them to do the same.
And if you can get someone you've put a selfie of yourself smiling at work, if you can actually spur someone to take a selfie of themselves and put it in the comments of that post, they will see more of your content. They will see your next post, which
and these typically do. Yeah, these do really well when you do your selfie and you ask them to do the same for yourself. Those do really well. And pets. So anytime that you can do the same thing, pets, great, pull an extreme amount of engagement.
Exactly. Sunday is National Croissant Day. Again, probably not the widest appeal, but it is still a internationally known popular pastry. And people might be on a Sunday morning, they might be inspired to respond to it. So you can ask them any question about whether they like them filled, whether they've ever made them. Obviously, if you have a bakery, this is a home run. You need to put out a post now that you're going to give away a free croissant or a certain % off. But just getting that question out there and asking them, do they like it? Do they not like it? What do they prefer to make a ham and cheese croissant sandwich instead of the sweet almond croissant version? Anything that will, again, get somebody who maybe isn't interested in your niche content to start watching your content is what these posts are all about. So
exactly.
Those are 4 big posts this week. There's like 6 holidays a day. We obviously pick the ones that we feel like can give you momentum.
For sure.
Which brings us to the next post, which is
promotional and presents for P.
Exactly. So we give 5 promotion posts for the month that are relevant for the month. And then we give a daily prompt that's going to help you build know, like, and trust inside your social plan membership. So we picked a promotional post for today's spotlight because this one is such a good one. Something about people love to be done with January. It's not people's favorite month, I guess, because they're coming off Christmas and, just new stuff all around can be kind of overwhelming. So doing a kind of a sneak peek into what you're doing for February can be a really effective thing to do, especially this last week of January.
Exactly. It's always great to tease anything coming up. You're building momentum for yourself, but you're also showing them that, you're ahead, you're planning ahead, you've got your crap together. So, which is always a good thing with social media. So many people just, post on the day of quick, and it's like, it's just a chore. So if you look like you're planning ahead, you definitely are making some inroads. So many different ways to do this. You can even ask planning my February promotions, ask their opinion on what they'd like to see. So many different ways to do this. So many people skip over these types of posts, but these are really where the magic happens once you've started pulling people onto your feed and seeing your posts.
Exactly. And this doesn't have to be a huge red graphic that says 20% off now through January 31st at midnight. This can be more of a personal post, like with you taking a picture. I'm trying to think, like in the fitness niche, you're wearing a red shirt talking about what you're accomplishing in February. And you're saying something like, anybody who joins my February is also a big American Heart Association month. So it's a great month on top of the whole beach bodies are made in February type thing. That's a great month to really kind of open that wide open if you are in the fitness niche as well. So, it could just be a selfie and talking about, joining your group that is starting on X date in February. And those who join by January 31st will get an extra little goodie. Maybe it's a one-on-one session where you help them with meal planning, or you throw in some extra samples of something you offer. So there's a lot of ways to do this without it just being a straight sales.
Exactly. It could be just you with a selfie sitting in front of your computer saying that you're working, and really just tease it that you're working on February's, whatever, create curiosity, whatever it is that you're working on it. And again,
watch for it next week.
Exactly. Be sure to watch for it. So that way, comment below if you're excited.
Get in my group so you don't miss a thing.
Exactly. So you're just building excitement, anticipation.
Exactly. All right. And then we're going to finish up with something new we're doing, and we're calling this a YSP win. So we're going to highlight somebody who won it last week with YSP. All
All
right.
right. And so she's got her logo on here, which is great, but it's Deanne. Is Deanne here? She may not be here. But Deanne does a great job of purposing or adding captions and making them her own. And I just want to show you really quick. So this is one, like, she's in the success niche. She's a life coach, so what's your favorite kind of soup? So people just think, why would I want to post that? All right. So number one, she's used it basically straight up. She's added her hashtags, which are great to bring it forward. She had a comment. So she didn't have any comments for 7 hours. And it came up on my feed. So I commented on it. After that, it blew up. So 17 comments on this type of post is really great engagement. So she did come back. It opened up conversations. We're not going to show those here for the sake of time, but just want to show how several things that we've talked about today are really showing up here. So most people would think that a post after 7 hours would be dead. There'd be no way to bring it back to life. But one comment brought it back to life. So if you have your business bestie, I think it was Kim said she needed to find one. Everyone needs to find one. So that day I happened to be Deanne's business bestie because the people that commented on that are so much more likely to start seeing her posts. So that's why these work.
Exactly. So if you weren't bought into our engagement talk for the first 15 minutes, hopefully you are now, because literally just one comment by someone who is, interested in seeing your content go further can create an incredibly symbiotic cycle for you.
Exactly. So, and I'm sure she, she does a great job with making content her own. So she probably will get another feature sometime in this Marketing Monday.
YSP win.
There you go. YSP win. I like that.
We've got so many like branded things going on. We got to get somebody to help us keep up with them. But all right, so this has been Marketing Monday, also known as Marketing Minute, I guess, and a few other things. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our endearing awkwardness. And for those of you who are on our email list, you know that tomorrow is content class, and we are going to be showing you how to create a ton. Well, not showing you, but showing our Socially Inclined Academy members how to create a ton of content around a prompt. And tomorrow's is going to be debunking a myth in your niche. It's going to be really, I think, really fun, definitely one for the books. And then for those of you who aren't an SI Academy member yet, or maybe you aren't quite at a place where you can invest in your business, that $15 a month, you can hook up with us on Thursday, where we will be live again covering, what was it? Facebook growth tactics, hacks.
Facebook.
That's going to be our topic on Thursday. So make sure you set up notifications so that you can catch the Socially Inclined page live, either on the page or in the group or on YouTube.
Exactly. Facebook group growth, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So
I think it's like hacks. I'm not sure what language we used. I used the request language exactly.
Right. So if you have other ideas for upcoming office hours or coffee and questions, you can go find us in the group and give us some suggestions. But this is always a hugely requested one. So again, same with engagement, same with, how do you be consistent? All of those things we get asked over and over and over. So we're trying to tackle those. So
exactly.
All right. So take action and be sure to post this week. Get consistent with your posts and make them your own, and ask for the engagement that you want. Just don't
post about more than just your niche.
For sure. That's the thing. So you can get the people that don't necessarily want to be sold to.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, everybody. Let's make it a great week.
Exactly.
See ya.
Bye.